Hey guys, Rick here from Rated.R Photography. Now this time what we're going to do, I went to shoot a bunch of drag racing for Street Legals the other night, and I shot like 750 photos because I had never done this before, so I bursted a lot, kind of found out what there was to find out, tried different angles, just totally out of the blue, gave this a go. So we're going to go through my before and afters of the edits. Some of these I'm really proud of, some of them I'm not so proud of, but we're going to go through them anyways and see if we can all learn something. Hey guys, this is going to be a quick tip this time. Go to the library window, and then once you have it over in Lightroom, all I do is I came on my camera when I bought it. This photo, I learned something because in fact the keynote goes through 70 live 2.8 IS, kind of what I do.
For mature audiences, the following has been rated R.
So, let's hop down to the computer here. So as you can see, we've got it down to, it says 70 photos, but that's with duplicates because every photo is 2. And also there's about 11 of these at the end of the night that were just joke photos really with friends. So things that I'll keep, but not things that I'll edit really unless I really want to. So we'll close that right away. Let's just unstack them all. So we actually have, select everything, about 30 photos we're going to go through. So starting at the top. So you'll see the edited version and then the original just because that's how it's working out. So here is the interior of, I believe this was a Hellcat, original photo, and the edited one. So I shot this with my 70-200. I used that most of the night, and it came out amazing. It was the first time I've really gotten that lens out in the real world to try out, and it's just so sharp. So next up, a good friend of mine, Adams, got this amazing C5 Corvette with a big supercharger underneath it. So there's the unedited and the edited. You can see I just kind of flattened it out a little bit. Brought up some of that yellow. The car is really that yellow in person. But you can see I played with, that's a real sun flare they're coming in. I don't like to add those in post if I can get away with getting it right in camera. Next up is a roller of this Mustang. So there's the original, and there's that. So it's not a roller, this is a panning shot. So I'm shooting at my settings here. 1/25th of a second at f4. And as the car swings by, you catch it. So we'll go back over to this camera for a second. So the idea is your shutter's open long enough that everything moves around in the frame, but if you can keep that car in the same spot there, it should stay sharp. So I played with this 1/25th, I pulled off here. By the end of the night, I kind of realized about 1/60th was around the golden zone for me. I could be pretty consistent with that, but these are all things you find out kind of as you go. Next up, this Challenger again. There was a couple Challengers there that night. The auto group I work for also works very closely with a Chrysler store, so I try to shoot those things, send them off that way. Maybe the dealership can use them. You never know. Original photo and the edit. So it came out pretty sharp. This is at 1/25th of a second again. Probably could have gone to 1/60th here to get a little more clarity out of that badging, but at a glance, at the regular amount of time I'd spend looking at the photo, it's definitely in focus. You know, the car's clear. There's no real motion blur. This one I thought was kind of cool because it's kind of the 3 stages of being a gearhead. You got the motorcycle, you got the car, and you got the truck. And actually a fun fact about these ones, as all 3 of these are powered by big V8s, that bike actually has a massive Ford big block in it. Way too cool. So the raw and the edited version. So you can see I pulled the blues out because the shadows are always very blue and the sunset's very yellow. I wanted to work with that yellowing, so we brought that grass to the more yellow tone. Just added in more of that. It was already there, but it just pulled more out of it. This one's kind of a little toss-away shot. This was a group of friends of mine, and the sun was right behind the tallest guy, so I tried to kind of flare it up. It came out okay. I'm not, again, like I said, we're going through all of the ones I decided to keep. These aren't all ones I would decide to post. You head over to Facebook, I'll put the link below. You can see all the ones I actually end up posting, but for now, this is everything. This is my buddy Jackson. I had the 70-200 on. This is shot at 200. And I was walking up to him and a group of friends. It's his buddy Joe behind him, and their other buddy Josh was beside him. And I'm sorry, here's the original of it. And I hadn't said hi to him yet. I just cranked up the zoom and shot it. And it's kind of a cool little candid photo. I sent it to his girlfriend to post for him because I was really happy with how that shot came out. Nice and sharp. Another thing I should mention as we get to this next one here of this old Camaro, I'm using a polarizer the entire day. At one point you'll notice I'll make note of when the polarizer came off, but I used it a good chunk of the day. Original photo and the edit. My roommate thought that I did the kind of selective color thing and just made that car orange in post, but you can see the cars around it are already fairly dark. It already stands out. I just brought that out more. This one, again, not crazy about it. Amazingly cool car, but I shot it from too far away. There's the RAW. That's at 200 mil. I should have just walked closer. I didn't. So I had to crop it tighter. That increased the noise. I'm at 800 ISO at this point. I showed up there at the kind of middle of golden hour. So I was just fighting the light the entire time, trying to get the brightest shots I could. Now here, I went up to the tower and asked for a photo pass. And they kindly let me have one because I brought all my fancy lenses, so I looked really pro. And, okay, there's the RAW, and there is the edit. So from here on in the night, I'm nice and close. I'm right next to the start line. So I've got that 70-200 still, which in hindsight may not have been the right piece of glass. I could have gotten away maybe with the 24-70 and tried to get a little bit closer. Oh, look, my hair is doing stupid stuff. Whatever. Anyways, I maybe got the wrong lens. I don't know. I'm happy with what I pulled off with the 70-200. But it's not life-changing. Again, I can get nice and tight on stuff. So this is at 145. So you can see I am using that zoom. The 24-70 would have just given me more context. Cat's being stupid. The bikes came out amazing. I'm more of a car guy. I've always wanted a motorcycle. I plan to get one in my lifetime for sure. But for some reason, shooting the bikes just worked really well. So you can see the RAW and the edit. Maybe it's because it's a nice hot green. And this is actually the fender of the bike beside it, kind of bleeding into the frame, but I don't think it detracts too much. This one I almost threw out, but I'm so glad I kept it. There's the original, and there's the edit. It's nice because you have it nice and sharp on his eye. You can see we're up at 1600 ISO now. I have to keep cranking this up because it's just getting darker and darker and darker. I'm down at 2.8 because that's as wide as I can go. I'm at 1/60th. Now this shot could have been at an 80th. You know, he's not moving, but I'm getting ready for them to launch. I'm trying to get the photos of the cars moving. So 1/60th, like I said, with my panning. I'm not the best panner in the world, so this was kind of the best I could do. So the ISO just had to climb. I think the polarizer is still on at this point. I yanked it off when I realized it was getting too dark. There's a friend of mine, Devin, on his bike. Again, before, after. Just kind of brought the yellow, made it a little more golden hour than it is. You can see we've lost the light now. It's officially basically sunset. Guy doing a burnout. This one I ended up editing. Oh no, there's another one I ended up editing more. Good shot. I'm proud of it. Oh, there's the original of it, sorry. Now this one I did some more editing than on any of the others. There's the original. Note the guy in the green shirt. I have that green shirt. I love that green shirt. I hated the green shirt in the photo. So we did not the best job I've ever done clone stamping, but it gets rid of him. I was going to try to get rid of this guy too because he does, I mean, it would be a better photo without him. But to be honest, I didn't want to spend the time to do that, and I'm happy with how it came out like that. Next up, I love this shot so much. So here, camera one, this is an example of I was trying to get cars coming off the line. I thought that was the action. That was the point of drag racing, right? And you'll notice in most of these shots now, you haven't seen a single one of those because they were actually kind of boring. These are street cars. These aren't cars that as soon as the light goes green, they're already doing 40 miles an hour, like lifting the wheels, doing something insane. So there's not really anything that cool to be seen of a car going from stopped to moving kind of like as quick as it can when it's not that fast. So it looks like all these staging photos became the keepers. This is something I'm learning now. I've noticed a big thing with photography for me is thinking on the spot and realizing, okay, that's the spot everybody else is. That looks good. They're there for that reason. But that one, no one's that could be better. Or doing a long exposure here could be cool. Or try to freeze this. Maybe freezing a burnout could have been cooler than trying to let it be all blended. I don't know. This is, you try everything really quick at the time. That's what I like about photography. Anyways, back to this one. This one is the RAW right in front of us here. So you can see I'm at 1600 ISO. The polarizer is definitely off at this point. 200 millimeters. I'm zoomed right in as tight as I can at f2.8 at 1/60th. Again, he's not going very fast. I could have got away with an 80th or a 100th of a second for sure. But I'm getting ready for everything to be moving. I didn't want to be fidgeting around with camera settings. And the edit on this one I absolutely love. It's probably my favorite photo of the night. I've Instagrammed it. It is, I love this shot so much. And you can see all I did is I clone stamped out this pole over here, got rid of that reflection, or sorry, not that reflection, that flare, sorry, and just cleaned it up a little bit and brought out the drama of it. This is one of the ones that when I shot it, I was so excited because as soon as I saw this on the back of my camera, I knew it could become that. I don't always do that. A lot of times I edit with no set goal in mind. I just keep playing with knobs and I find something I like. This was not the case. This one, I full on knew what I wanted to do and it came out just like I thought. And I'm really proud of that shot. Next up, I have one of these cars, so I always shoot C5 Corvettes. Not a life-changing shot. Here's what I mean. The shots off the line, even though I got the green light there, which I was pretty proud of, and you can see it's almost pulling the tires up. It's just launching. I got the timing perfect. Not an amazing shot. Again, not something I might post. This one's kind of cool because this truck did do the crazy launch. I had the follow focus on, and I was panning with this thing as soon as it left the line, and I missed like the first 3 or 4 shots of focus. And then finally this one was sharp. And I tried to do this creative tilt on it. I'm not sure how I feel about it, where I flattened the truck out and now I have the ground's all tilted. I'm not sure which I prefer. Just trying stuff, right? My buddy Adam's car. This one came out kind of cool, I think. There's the raw, there's the edit. I'm not crazy about how much blue there is, but I like it. Another Chrysler, like I said, I work with a dealership that works with Chrysler, so I try to shoot the Chryslers, and this was just a really cool shot. The cameras are flashing at me. I hope everything works. This one is actually my new phone wallpaper. As you can see, I have full on put that one with my watermark on it. You can't see it on that camera so much. But I did the editor, cropped it to a 16:9 because that's the aspect ratio of an iPhone, and love that shot. Lordco burnout car. Another Nova. Now here you can see it's gotten dark. I'm now at 2000 ISO. I've switched down to my 51.8 to get that extra brightness out of the 1.8. And I noticed from here on out, I probably should have stopped. I like some of these photos, but the light was definitely gone. Here's the reason I didn't stop. This bike one came out really cool. Before and after, proud of that one. See, the bikes launch quickly. They have enough get up and go that right off the line, there's some motion. There's something going on in them. Here, like I said, it got dark out, so I walked away from the lanes. That was the last good shot I was going to get of that. So here I'm back with a 51.8 still. I'm probably walking back to my car to go home. And I've got it down at 1.8. I'm at a 60th of a second because nothing's moving. I'm at 15 mil, 2000 ISO because I have to be. And I was just really liked the way that car was looking. There was a headlight on it, giving it some kind of artificial light. Just came out really cool. And there is a vertical of it. I haven't edited this yet. Don't know if I will. I should probably slow down my talking here. Jeez. But the moon's in it. I thought the moon was really cool. I shot this photo a few times and then did one vertical of it and walked away. And as I was walking away, I looked at the screen and I was like, there's the moon. I got to shoot it again because I had cropped out the moon. So this is the one of the whole take. This one's kind of a cool atmospheric thing. There's the raw. There's the edit. See, I didn't do too much of a drastic edit. I did do one kind of cool thing with 2 graduated filters. I used blue from the top down and yellow from the top up to adjust the white balance, just to kind of give it more drama of cold to warm. And I just like it because that shows off what was going on. There's the burnout smoke up in the air. There's the huge bright lights. Just came out cool. This one, I got so close to deleting so many times until I finally edited it and just gave it a go. See, the regular photo is pretty boring. I still don't think that's life-changing, but I think cranking up the blues in those headlights really brought it out. And that's a 2JZ-powered Supra and an R34 Skyline. I believe that's an RB25 car. This is just a legendary matchup that I know the internet will like, and I don't remember who won, so please don't ask me. I want to say it was the 2J Supra because that thing was pretty quick. But it's just a great photo when it all came together in the end. This is my roommate's car. This one I did a bit of editing on, as you can see. It's cropped tighter. I added a bit more motion blur because his car's pretty slow. If he ever sees this, he'll kill me. And now here are the shrapnel photos here real quick. So it's another one of his car. Friends being idiots. Now, I used to always just delete this stuff, but I realized people want them. So to keep it organized, I stack them all together. So there's 11 trash photos. Not trash, but not one I'm super proud of. This shot, not bad at all. It's a buddy of mine's buddy's Mustang, so I'll keep it. I'll send it to him. I might do a bit of an edit on it, but I like to compress all those ones I'm not going to use to their own little folder so that when I'm looking at, oh God, I have 80 photos to edit. I have 90 photos to edit. It's actually only 20. You can get that number down. It just helps my kind of process a little bit. Again, roommate's car. He's not even wearing a helmet. It's that slow. He ran a 15 flat at 96 miles an hour. By the end of the night, he ran a 14.7, which was the best that thing's ever done. Here's him spotting me doing a burnout. Like I said, these are nothing special. A lot of them are of his car because he asked me to shoot them. This was the past year, the 14.7. That one of the Corvette I actually really like. I might do a little behind-the-scenes edit of this one over on Channel 2. Friends being idiot friends. And one of his car doing the burnout, but it's only one tire in the back moves, and it's not that one, so it doesn't look... You can see more smoke on that side. Anyways, that was a pretty rambly video. Just whip back over. So that was about 70 photos, maybe 30, I guess, in total because of the befores and afters. So that was my first time shooting motorsports. As you can see, I'm no professional at it. I'm really proud of a few of those. Some of those I won't post. Maybe of the 750 shots, 749 to be exact, 30 of them or so came out worth it. And of those 30, maybe 15 will get posted online. If you head over to my Facebook, I'll post them there. There'll be links to Instagram, links all over the place. Head over to channel 2 to see some of the behind the scenes that I'm going to film of editing those last couple shots and how I filmed these videos. But as always, thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.